Before you text your ex, pay attention to this. It is not that you love him so much, you are not going to die. And trust me, take it from someone who one time I texted a guy more than 60 times in one go. So you have typed the message and you have rewrite it again. You are checking if he is online. You are checking his socials. You are going back and forth, reading the last conversation that you had, checking if you miss something, if there is still something that you are not getting quite right. And now you are at the point where you have convinced yourself if you send this last message, it's going to fix something, it's going to change something between the two of you. Perhaps you have the feeling that you need closure. Perhaps you feel that if you send this last message, you could explain yourself better and he will finally understand you. Maybe you need that confirmation that he's sorry for what has happened and he's actually missing you. But this is the thing. Before you send that message, I want you to ask this question because this is the question that can change everything for you right now. What are you asking him to give you right now? What is that thing that you feel that you are going to get that he possesses and you will only get it by sending that message and provoking a response on him? Because in your mind, you are thinking that you are just reaching out to him. But what is actually happening inside of you, there is a feeling, there is something that is so uncomfortable that you don't want to feel. And you have formed this false idea that you are only going to feel relieved once you reach out to him and he responds your message. Let's explore this together. What if the text message is not a problem? What if your phone is not a problem? You could block him, you could delete his phone number, you could give your phone away to your best friend and say, don't give it back to me in the next 30 days. You can do all of these things and still be emotionally entangled with the situation and waiting for that response from him. So the real question here is not how do I stop texting him? The real question is what is happening inside of me? What is this urge that I have inside of me that feels so alive, that is driving this force that is making me text him? What is this belief that I have formed that only when I send the text, I am going to feel okay? Here are a few possibilities. It can be rejection, it can be the fear of abandonment. Maybe there is this excruciating terror about that someone that you care so much is leaving your life. Now, this was a very strong one for me. Maybe you need the reassurance that you really matter to this person. And suddenly, you are not texting him because you need to communicate something that is important or relevant to you. The real reason why you want to communicate with him is because you feel that you can extract something out of him that will relieve those feelings that we just described before. I know this because that is exactly what was happening inside of me. I don't sit here preaching you from a psychology standpoint of view. I am sitting here sharing that there was a time I was compulsively texting a guy more than 60 times, thinking that if I could just explain myself better, if I just could word the things better, if I just could give him better reasons why this relationship could work. This whole time I thought that there was something inside this person, there was something inside this man that if I just could get, I was finally going to be chosen. I was finally going to have the relief from the anxiety, the panic attacks of him breaking up with me. And when I couldn't feel this pain anymore because I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, there was nothing else that I could do. I was so obsessed about this person, his responses. I was even figuring ways out how I could be closer to him, even follow him to his work. I was in a really bad place. Something inside of me recognized that I needed help. I cannot handle this on my own. There must be something that I am not aware of. This is not normal that I am crying for hours. So I ended up going to a holistic doctor, and he asked me the question that I was not expecting. And this very question gave me the key to put a wording in everything that I was feeling. And I want to ask you that same question that that doctor asked me. And that was, what is your relationship with your father? And I want you to pause there, because right now, suddenly, your focus is not on him, on the heartbreak, on the text, but you are going inside of you, inside of parts of you that are crying for help and are crying for healing. So when we are in the middle of the heartbreak, it feels so intense, it feels so alive. There is this excruciating pain that we don't want to feel. And we think that suddenly this person, this ex, is the source of our pain. But I want to share with you the truth that changed my life. And it's this pain that you are feeling, this need to be chosen, this need to be validated, this cry of no wanting to be abandoned again, to be acknowledged that you're what you are feeling, what you are expressing matter. It started much early in your life. You started with your earthly father. And this is what it happens as we grow up, as we become adults and we start relating with men. We are in that constant search of that validation, of that security, of that love, of that affection. And maybe that relationship that just broke out, it was the only source that you were experiencing. And now that the source has been removed, you have to go back to that place of the wound. It's being reopened, it's being exposed. And this is why it feels so intense, and you just don't want to feel it. But let me tell you something. Part of the healing is to feel what you are feeling, because there is a lot of information there that is important for you, that is useful. That is that part of you that is crying for you to see yourself, for you to acknowledge yourself, for you not to abandon yourself like your father once abandoned you. It could have been physically, emotionally, mentally. In many ways, we experience abandonment. And you are putting this responsibility in this partner, ex partner of yours, to provide all of these things for you. And now here is where things change. So your real desire, that this urge of texting this person, what is really revealing is you are crying for regulation. You are crying for this uncertainty to stop. You are crying for reassurance. You are crying for closeness. You are crying to feel safe. You are trying to feel chosen again. And unfortunately, we develop a lot of unhealthy behaviors to get those things, and therefore is where the self abandonment begins. So, how self abandonment looks like in a practical way? It starts by neglecting your physical needs, such as sleep, good food, movement. Self abandonment, it looks like you know that this relationship and this person is not good for you, but you rather be in this dynamic, that feeling the rejection, the pain, the uncertainty. So while you are in this dynamic of the relationship, the breakup, It can feel that it's this a strong love, and love is so painful, and you have learned to adapt your understanding that that's how love feels like, because somewhere early in your childhood, that's what you learned. Somewhere early in your childhood, that's what you learned. That's what was creating the pattern inside of you, that love is painful, that love is uncertain, that love feels like abandonment, love feels like something that I have to chase outside of me, and that once I get it, I will finally be loved and chosen. So you are not only dealing with the breakup and with the person that you are trying to text, you are dealing with all of these emotions and all of these patterns that were created long before even you started the relationship with this man. And this is why it feels so strong. This is why it feels so excruciating. So this is the question that I keep hearing women asking over and over. But why do I want him so badly? Why do I want to send this text so badly? And I want you to start together with me. I want you to reframe that question for this one. I'm going to read it. What does losing him make me believe about myself? Once again, what does losing him make me believe about myself? And here are some ideas that might help you: that I am unwanted, I am not enough, I am alone, nobody stays, I am not worth of choosing. So if this man leaving you in your mind, in your heart, is saying to you that you are not worthy of love, trying to get him back and trying to text him back is trying to gain the proof for you that you are worthy to stay, that you are worthy of love. And this is why texting him and getting his response, it's so important to your inner self right now. Now, there is something so powerful that a scripture teaches us, and that is in Proverbs 4:23. I'm going to read. It says, "About all else, guard your heart, for everything flows from it." So, right now, before you send this text message, that is an instruction from you, Creator, that loves you so much. It is time to guard your heart. And how do we guard our heart? It's not with a stronger boundaries and trying to develop all of these strategies so you don't text him. The way that we guard our heart is with truth, the truth of who you are, the truth of who you were created to be before this heartbreak, before even your earthly father hurt you. And I want to read some words to you that are going to allow you, the more that you listen to them, the more that you allow yourself to become true into your own beingness, these words are going to create that guarding of your heart so you can protect it. Therefore, the pain is not going to be so strong, and you are not going to create behaviors and actions that you are going to regret, like myself that time texting over 60 times. We find in Zephaniah 3:17, it reads like this: "The Lord is with you, that he saves you, he rejoices over you, he, he quiets you with his love, and he rejoices over you with singing." So, right now, allow these words to minister your heart, that even people here on the earth abandon you, hurt you, God will never do that. That he loves you. He says that he is with you, that he rejoices over you, that he quiets you with his love. He's with you right now on this heartbreak, in what you are feeling. And if you allowed him to be with you and you put your attention in what he says about you, on how he feels about you, on how he cares for you, those words are going to bring the healing, the relief, and the restoration that falsely you are believing that sending that text message is going to give you. If this video was helpful and it allowed you to see that there are patterns that are driving your choices in relationships, I want to invite you to continue this process with deeper questions and with deeper invitations to be in the presence of God. Because for me, what truly has healed self abandonment is that I have allowed to be present with what I am feeling and inviting the presence of God into my life to be with me, because He is the one who truly will never abandon you. So go to the link in the description. I have created a pattern where you can continue a deep process guided by the Holy Spirit that will reveal more patterns, and overall it will invite you and it will create the space to process this heartbreak with God. Thank you for watching.